Hello America, Salty James here, and today I want to talk about an electronic message I've received in response to my first video and my campaign to get kids off the internet. Now I'll link to that video in the comments below, but here's the message. This was sent by someone who calls himself George, but of course people can call themselves anything they want on the internet now, can't they? You don't know who's who out there. But George writes, "Not sure it's serious or not, but if you are, I have some suggestions." Then he has 5 numbered suggestions here, most of which are really just criticisms of my campaign. Now I think a lot of people out there probably have the same concerns that George does, so I'm going to answer these suggestions here, for the benefit of everyone. Number 1, change "get kids off the internet" to "stop kids from commenting on the internet." Well, George, if that really is your name, it's true that "get kids off the internet" is imprecise, a bit misleading perhaps about what I'm trying to do. But this is a political campaign. I'm trying to keep things simple here. You can find out the details by watching my first video. For example, people who are pro-life don't call themselves anti-abortionists, even though anti-abortionist is more precise about what they're trying to do. They call themselves pro-life because it's shorter and it sounds better. Even though they, aren't entirely pro-life, they don't care about the lives of the mothers or their family or friends. In fact, they're pretty much all about ruining people's lives. But it's a political campaign. There's no place for accuracy in a political campaign, George. Number 2, there is no reasonable way to enforce age of online commenters, so maybe a lost cause. Well, George, there's no reasonable way to enforce laws against kids using drugs or drinking alcohol or smoking, but we still have those laws on the books, and those laws do decrease the numbers of kids doing those things. That's the whole point. Number 3, corporations love teen customers because they develop early brand loyalty, so the powers that be will be your enemy in this war. Hey George, as you noted in your first suggestion, I'm not saying we should keep kids off the internet entirely. Ultimately, I'm saying that they shouldn't be allowed to post comments on sites where adults like to hang around. We don't want to hear them, we don't want to see them. But they can still watch videos, and corporations will still have plenty of chances to sell all their crap to all those kids. And anyway, imagine if we let corporations sell drugs and cigarettes and alcohol and pornography to kids. Imagine all the money they could make. A lot of money. But we don't let them do that. The powers that be haven't stopped us there. I think we can do this. Number 4. How can you be so sure that the immature comments are only from teens? George, listen to yourself. You just used the word immature. Do you even know what it means? It means not mature. Now, teenagers, by definition, are not mature. So the things they tend to say and think and do are going to be immature. Now, sure, an adult can say an immature thing, and a teenager can say a mature thing, but those are anomalies. We're trying to decrease the amount of immature comments, as you put it. I would call it severe irritation, bordering on torture. Number 5, if you don't like the comments, don't read them. Sure, George, if you don't like murders, don't pay attention to them. Don't watch the news, don't read it, don't leave your house, just stick your head in the sand. But I tell you what, George, those murders are still happening whether you pay attention to them or not. How do you like that? Are you in favor of legalizing murder, George? Well, I'm not. And that's that. And the fact is, as I've now clearly shown, there is no rational argument against my campaign to get kids off the internet. So case closed. I said case closed. Enough with the jibber jabber and join my campaign.